Hey everybody, welcome to our new voice actor podcast here. I'm with our special guest David Vincent. First time here.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here.
I know, man. I'm just it's so funny. Like the fun little precursor story is that I was actually here working in a shop, and then I get a call, and lo and behold, it was David on the phone, and he's like, "Hello." I was like, "Oh, hi. How you doing?" He's like, "Hi, I'm David Vincent, and I want to be in your shop." I'm like, "Okay." But no, we're so glad to have him here, and I came somewhat prepared where my
Yeah,
to get
yeah, I
to.
saw that.
It's funny to have the shirt here and the man behind the voice right here
Right,
as well.
right.
No, it's so good to have you here. How are you enjoying the holidays so far?
Okay, it's been great. Yeah,
spending time with the family.
it's been a good time. Yeah, spending time with family and just enjoying myself. It's good.
That's good. That's good. So one of the basic questions I ask a lot of my friends in voice acting is like, what really drove you to say, like, I want to be a voice actor?
Well, I mean, what got me started initially was I was an actor.
Okay.
And so I got my degree in journalism from the University of Colorado in Boulder, and I had done all kinds of theater and whatnot while I was in school. And before I decided to go and head out and try and be a journalist, I was like, I'm going to try acting first. And I picked up and I moved to New York City.
Wow.
Made a beeline for New York City
Big
after
dreams.
I graduated. Yeah. And when I was there, I started doing a lot of theater and a lot of stand-up and a lot of sketch comedy. And I was doing a show after I'd been there a couple of years. I was doing a show in Times Square, and I was doing a bit where I was making fun of TV commercials.
Oh.
And so I was doing all these different voices for making fun of these commercials. And there happened to be a voiceover agent in the audience who saw me, and after the show came up and approached me and said, do you have an agent? I said, no. And she goes, here's my card. You should call me. And so that's how I got into the world of voiceover.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
What out of so far when you were starting your career in voice acting, what role would you say was maybe like a pinnacle where it's like, okay, now I'm being put on the map?
As far as and here's the thing is because I've done guest star roles and co-starring roles on TV shows
yeah.
and NCIS and The Mentalist and stuff like that, and but really what I'm the most well known for is definitely my voiceover roles. But I would say one of the ones and specifically would be anime and video games. Would be the ones that I'm the most well known for. But specifically in the anime genre would have to be Grimmjow from Bleach.
Yeah.
That particular character it's an iconic character in an iconic anime series, and I was thrilled to get to voice him, and I really wanted to get that character, and very few times you actually get cast as a character that you want. But I knew when I was auditioning for him that I really wanted to voice him, and I luckily won that role, and so I was really pleased with how it came out. I was really pleased with how my performance turned out. I worked with a wonderful director, epic director named Wendy Lee.
Oh.
And so she was wonderful to work with, and we worked hard, and
Well,
I thought we nailed it.
yeah, no, I would say, yeah, I say you and Grimmjow with a lot of characters just go hand in hand. It's really funny when you get fans of a series of either anime, cartoon, or anything, and they finally, like a video game, we say like, oh, hey, this so and so's voice actor is going to be there, and then they finally meet him. You're like, wow, I didn't expect the voice actor to look like this. It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
funny when you get like, especially like Grimmjow.
I didn't
It's like
expect him to be a big bald white guy.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Right.
But it's funny. It's like, especially myself, like growing up and watching the shows and playing the video games,
Yeah.
that you finally get to the point where I actually get a chance to meet a lot of voice actors that I've always loved characters of, and I actually get to meet them in person. And it's a weird feeling, but it's a happy feeling. And
Yeah.
I always say this to everyone. I thank you guys, the voice actors out there, who bring these characters that we see them on screen, we see them as 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, and you put a voice behind them and you make them have emotion and you
Yeah.
bring them out.
You got to bring him to life.
You bring them to life, and it takes work. You
Yeah,
guys,
absolutely.
you guys have a lot of times really hard. I don't know how a lot of times you guys do it. It seems to me it's like, do you have when you go into you get sent into the studio and it's like, okay, we're gonna do this character today. Do you have certain like mindsets of like when you're trying to go to work, like, okay, I'm gonna try and be this kind of style today, or I'm gonna try and do something. Like, do you have a motivation when you're going into studio?
No, I mean, I don't think I have a motivation to be, if I had a motivation or if I have a motivation, what I would say is it would be a motivation to do well, to be present in the studio with the character, to work very closely with the director that I'm working with. Because a big part of being a voice actor is we give a lot of trust to the director, and a lot of, and the director really knows what they want.
Yeah.
And so you put, or not trust, I should have said, faith.
Yeah.
We have a lot of faith in our director to tell us exactly what it is that they want. Because we may have our own ideas on what we think a character should be like, and while there is a large part of that is why, if we get cast, 'cause we're in the same vein of what the director's looking for, and so that's why we get cast. But when we're actually in the studio and we're there working and recording, what I try to do is I try to be as present and as focused as possible, and pay attention to what my director is saying, listen to their direction so that we're able to be on the same page, hit that same goal, and that goal is character to life, and makes that character believable.
Wow, I like that. That's good. You want to have synchronization, especially with someone who's giving you directions, because you both want the same end goal.
Precisely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So, you definitely said you started off going into acting and also journalism too. Was there a specific maybe person, a thing that might got you like into starting that, like maybe like a figure or something like that, to get you into wanting to start it?
No, I'm trying to think of as far as voiceover, as if there was a figure. Mel Blanc was an iconic figure for me growing up. I loved his voices and everything that he did. As far as acting, I'll tell you, it's a funny story how I got into acting.
Sure.
And fell in love with it. But
Okay.
I was in high school. I was on the football team in high school.
Wow.
And one of my buddies on the football team was just like, Dave, I'm doing this play, and we don't have enough guys. You do it with me? I was like, all right.
Okay.
And so I went in, and there was a gal who I had the biggest crush on. Her name was Gretchen. I won't use her last name, but her name is Gretchen. And I got paired with her to dance.
Oh.
And so then I was super stoked about that. But then during the process of actually doing this play, and the play itself was great, and I just fell in love with it, and I had such a blast, and it was a good time. And so I did it again my senior year of high school, and at that point in time, I had really started to fall in love with it. And, when I graduated and went to college, I had decided, of course, I was going to get my degree in journalism, but I was like, I'm still going to do more theater. And I kept on doing it and kept on doing it, and the more I did it, the more I fell in love with it. And finally, by the time I had graduated from college, I was like, I'm going to New York, and I'm going to go do more of this before I, become an adult.
Yeah.
Start adulting.
trying to go full adult.
Now it's however many years later, and I'm still not quite adulting yet. So still getting, I'm still acting, so it's good.
No, that's good. I'm glad you fell into something that you love doing. I always say that you always want to do something you love in a career or in your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't let people tell you like how to do it. You go and experience it yourself, and you see.
Yeah, you have to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
You can always listen to people's advice and things like that, but ultimately you're the pilot.
Yeah, you have to make the decision.
Yeah.
So, I've probably, and going back into the voice acting category, I'd probably say a lot of the characters, and I know you bring up Grimjow a lot, but were there any other characters you would say you enjoy, you would like to go back and keep on reprising roles for?
All of the ones that pay me.
Okay, yes. Yeah. Payment is a very, very good strong point.
No, a lot of the characters that I have, personally, I've really enjoyed and gotten into playing. Martial Law in Tekken is one of my favorites, just because I was a huge Bruce Lee fan growing up, and a Tekken fan before I ever got cast. Of
course.
I would like to do more Gilgamesh from the Fate series.
Oh yeah, because Fate's always still going.
Yeah,
so,
and Gilgamesh was a lot of fun. More Robin, from Fire Emblem and Smash. Mm-hmm. I would love to do more Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
I mean, that show was hysterical. And so
I can imagine.
That character was just a blast to play. So, I mean, it goes on. Each character that I do, with the exception of man number 2A. You know, but each character that I get to do is, I always look at it as it's a privilege and it's a lot of fun, and I just really enjoy doing it.
Oh. You know, I'm wearing the shirt. How was exactly the direction that the director was telling you to voice a piece of clothing? Like,
you know, that's funny. The director, the voice director on that his name is Alex Von David, and I have worked with him on many projects, and the guy is just a genius, really good at what he does. But I got to be honest with you, with Senketsu, I struggled with him at first because we had shifted and just did all these different on that voice that we used that you hear in the series.
Right.
So I mean, it was a bit challenging in the beginning to really kind of figure out that voice. And I can say this safely because I know I wasn't the only actor that felt this way on that show. But I felt, you know, I mean, for whatever reason, we knew the show was going to be very popular.
Yeah.
And so the pressure was on.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was convinced for the first 4 episodes of recording that I was going to get fired. And so it wasn't until, you know, they brought me in after like the 5th and 6th episode, and I was like, okay, I think I'm
safe.
I think I'm safe. I don't think I'm going to get fired
good.
now. So, okay, I'm good. So, no, it just took a while to kind of sink into that voice. And so, but Alex is a really strong director, and he was able to really, you know, challenge me to let's try it this way. Let's try it this way. Do it this way. No, that didn't work. Let's do it this way, you know. And so it was a lot of fun, you know, to get to work with him. And Hiroe from Aniplex was the lead producer on that show, and she was in there as well. And she is just a firecracker.
Okay.
And the same thing. She is a joy to work with, but she was also, you know, very much just hardcore. You know, let's get this right.
Yeah.
Make sure that we're doing this show justice that it deserves. Give it the justice it deserves. So.
Oh yeah, no, I think you did a great job. I think a lot of fans, especially I've seen con footage of you out there talking with fans, especially panels.
Yeah.
Like I think it was in 2014 there was a panel for Kill la Kill. I believe you were with Eric Mendez and you know Christine Cavanos and all them. Yeah, I remember that. It was
Ryuko.
Yeah. I have to say, if off topic there, but I think one of my favorite lines for Senketsu is the line where he first actually gets ironed. You know, it's just like, oh, the wrinkles are just melting away.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good stuff.
Gosh, oh man, oh gosh, I can't really. I mean, it's again, I get so flustered when I meet a voice actor because it's again, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys do so much work, and well, I would say so far, I guess that's really all the questions I can say.
Right,
you know,
great.
do you? I guess one thing I do after every cast, do you have a favorite line you want to mention to people out there watching the stream or watching our recording on this?
A favorite line?
Favorite line, maybe from a character. I know it's probably maybe Grimjow, or you want to mix
sure.
it up?
Let's do Grimjow.
Okay.
Remember my name, Soul Reaper, Grimjow Jaggerjack, and you better pray that you never hear it again, because if you do, you're a dead man. I promise.
God. If I actually need some animator friends to actually draw that whole entire scene of you as Grimjow sitting right here. Well, David, thank you guys so much for being here, being part of us again. I would love to see you again for other casts, and, you know, anyone out there wants to come on by. You know, we love having voice actor friends here, meeting new people. Hopefully get you actually some conventions with us, too, you know? Maybe some booth time, you know? Get you see out there, meet some more fans. But again, guys,
love it.
Thank you guys so much. See us again. Follow us. Do you have any social links that you want to?
I do. That'd be fantastic. Yeah, please do follow me on Twitter. You can follow me. It's at David Vincent VA for voice actor. So at David Vincent VA. And then I've got a fan club, the Windor Panthers, run by the lovely Michelle Tan. And you can just find me on Facebook, and you can find it through there. So it's just Facebook, same thing, David Vincent, Facebook.com/David Vincent VA. And then look for the Windor Panthers. So join me on Facebook, and yes, please follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, do you post a lot of funny jokes, like some dank memes on there?
Oh yeah, I mean I do post quite a bit, and what's fun also is I've got some shows that are on on Toonami now, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, that's right. You're the narrator on there.
Yeah.
I have actually not the fit to admit this, but I am a huge JoJo nuts.
Well, look at that. Yeah.
So you know what? To celebrate this closing, can we get an ending narration of a JoJo ending per se?
JoJo ending. Oh gosh. Okay.
We could do tune in next time on the next adventures of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. All right. Join us next time with Anime Revolution and Jacob on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
And that's when the 2B continues time pops up. Thank you again so much, David. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching.
Awesome.
Tune in next time.
All right.
See
Thank
you
guys.
Oh, that was great. I love